Hey friends, it's Stacy here with Stacy Makes. Welcome back to this channel. If you are new here, we talk about all things crochet, usually plushies, markets, yarn, pattern reviews, testing, all of that fun stuff. And if you are not new, welcome back. Thank you for joining in this crazy crochet chaos, whatever I was trying to say. I got lots to cover today, so I don't want to miss anything. So I made myself some notes. So if you see me kind of like looking over here, all of my notes are like right there. Don't want to forget anything. But me and April from the Cozy Buckeye have put our brains together, because together we make one whole brain. And we have put together a Share the Love IG Instagram challenge where you find 5 freebies you've never made before, make them, tag the creators, challenge somebody else, and just share the love and follow the designers and just show some appreciation to the people who give free patterns all over Instagram for us to use. I was looking for some inspiration this week. I was trying to find some idea that would just spark a little bit of newness, different something in my week, and me and April came up with this challenge. So I have made 5 brand new freebies to me, and then I have also brought along 5 other freebies that I have made that you guys have probably seen before, but I thought it would be nice to just have 10 to show you in case you are looking for some other inspiration. Hold on. I forgot to bring one of them over here, so I had to go get it. Okay, so I have 5 freebies that I've never done before. I'm going to show you and tell you obviously who the designers are. I have 5 that I have done in the past. I'm also going to give you the designers for and the links down in the description, so they're all down there. I also have a pattern test that I did for my daughter Tara, Old Soul Factory here on YouTube, Old Soul Factory Crochet on Instagram, of one of her patterns. You'll see it in a little bit. I have a brand new pattern that I tried from the Celestial Homebody, and I have a brand new pattern that I tried from Happy Turtle Crochet this week, and an update on my vest that I am working on. So lots and lots to cover today. We'll kind of try to do it in that order. But first, I did lose a part of an evening Friday night. I don't even know how this happened, but I ended up in the ER Friday night. I came up the stairs and was going to move the gate, which we have up there so the dog doesn't go down the stairs. Somehow caught my little pinky toe on the trim. There's a door right there that goes to the bathroom. Caught my toe on that and just snap. Like, I heard it snap, and it was, instant pain. I have broke that exact toe before. I have stubbed toes before, and this was just a different kind of intense pain. And so I ended up in the ER because I was afraid that I had actually broken the bone kind of behind the toe, because that's where, I could not even put any kind of weight on it without it like shooting pain up my leg. It was bad. Anyway, ended up in the ER. Very long story short, I came home with a nice little boot to wear. Buddy taped my toes because there's not a whole lot you can do about a broken toe. They think the snap was probably just it pulling out a joint and coming back in. But anyway, it's feeling better, but I have had to take it a little easy the last couple days with my feet up, which has given me crochet time, but also has not been fun. So anyway, I am feeling better. I am hobbling around without a boot. We'll see if I can get a shoe on it tomorrow for work. Thankfully, I just sit at a desk, so I should be able to still go to work like normal. So fun things, and I have no fun story. Like, it's not even a cool story to tell anybody. It's just a clumsy accident and old age or something. I don't know. Anyway, okay, let's get into the 5 brand new patterns that I tried, and the 5 that I had done before that I'm going to show you. Also, let me share up, I'm on the screen, the screenshot of the challenge itself. We have a little thing made where it's on me and April's Instagram. It's also, I think, on our YouTube community page if you want to go try to screenshot it there. But the challenge is this. You share the love Instagram challenge. You find 5 freebies you've never made before. You follow the designers and tag them once you've made their patterns. Make them, feature them, share them all over whatever social media that you want. Make sure you tag them. Share the love. That's exactly what it's for. Challenge a friend or two to also do the same challenge. Tag me in April on Instagram, or if you are a YouTuber, tag us on YouTube, our YouTube channels, so we can share your guys' creations as well to our stories, to a playlist. April has created a YouTube playlist so that she made 24, I think, free Instagram patterns in her video last Friday, and so she's created a playlist with that, and we'll add this video to that playlist, and anybody else on YouTube who takes the challenge, we'll try to put it in that playlist so that you could sit and just watch that playlist if you wanted. And then also use the hashtag share the love IG challenge. Sorry, share the love IG challenge. I'll put it up here on the screen, but it's also on the screenshot. So that is what you are supposed to do. I am going to challenge Robin from Knotting Hook Crochet here on YouTube. Also Logan from Logan Crochets here on YouTube, and my daughter Tara from Old Soul Factory. So if you guys have a chance to make some freebies and share them and tag us and take this challenge and or create a video, let us know and we will share that as well. So my 5 free patterns that I made that were brand new. Now remember, these are 5 free patterns that you have never made before. That doesn't mean that you've never seen anyone review them. It doesn't mean that you can do the exact same 5 that I'm doing today. If they're new to you, that's fine. Obviously, you know, feel free to take the exact ones I've done, or April shared 24 of them on Friday from the Cozy Buckeye. So just go watch her video, find some patterns. I have a saved collection on Instagram where when I find a free pattern that I want to try, I bookmark it and I add it to that collection. And then when I need to find something small or inspiration or just something new, I go into that collection and I make or look through it. And that's exactly what I did to find patterns for today. So, okay, let's get started. The first pattern I'm going to show you is Carmi the Chameleon. This is all of these are free Instagram patterns, so I'm going to try not to say that 6 million times because that's the point of this video. Free Instagram, okay? Carmi the Chameleon, so cute. I love these little feet. They got like the little, looks like 3-leaf clovers, little toes on the feet. This is no-sew. This is from Tinkering Crochet. And I'll put it on the screen, and obviously everything will be in the description. You start this from the head back. You work a long tail, and then as you finish the tail, you roll it up, tack it in, and then you can surface crochet a spike along the back. Tara made some of these for our last market in jumbo yarn. So cute. They turned out like, you know, almost twice this size, a great size, and was, you know, super easy to make. Very well written free patterns. So like, you know, sometimes you run into a free pattern on Instagram and it's either got issues or it's just not very well written, or the outcome does not come out like you want it to. I mean, that's just part of trying something that is free. But this was very well written. So Tinkering Crochet, Carmi the Chameleon, took me probably 20 to 25 minutes, I would say. I mean, this tail's this long, you know, and then it wrapped up and then surface crocheting here. And then it was the first time I've ever made it. But great pattern. I really like this one. I will probably make this one again if Tara isn't going to make a bunch of them for our market, which I think she loves this pattern, so she's planning to do that. But I wanted to try it because I knew she liked it so much. I wanted to make a few things that turned out. I have this one and one other one that are bigger, and then I have the other 3 are pretty small. And so I wanted to try a couple things that were kind of on the bigger side and then smaller things. So here's Carmi the Chameleon. Thank you, Tinkering Crochet, for this pattern. It is so cute. Okay, that is pattern number 1, and I was just trying to figure out where am I going to put this at. I'm going to drop them in there. Okay, pattern number 2 is the biggest thing that I made, and I have had this thing bookmarked. I don't even remember how long ago, since I first started crocheting. I knew when I looked at the pattern it was going to take me a while to make this thing, but I wanted to try it. Everything else I had made was pretty fast. So this one took me a good hour, probably a good hour. I mean, I was watching TV too, but a good hour. This is the Sleepy Goose from Crochet_Crochet. So cute. I think what takes so long when you make these wings, which the wings are pretty big, pretty good size, you make both of them ahead of time. They get crocheted into the round. So this is no-sew. And then there's like, I think 40 rounds in this whole body. I mean, none of them are huge because this is the biggest part right here. But you know, you're just 40 rounds and skimming through the pattern and what's the next row, you know, doing. I did stuff this, and then you kind of leave the neck where it kind of a little bit floppy. This is probably the hardest part, trying to stuff this enough where it has a little bit of substance, but not too much, you know, where it's just like super stiff. But trying to stuff the small single crochet tubes are a challenge sometimes, but super well written pattern. I loved this pattern. You could make it in a flamingo or even a mallard version probably of this. I think my eyes are a little off, but it's not like you're going to see them at the same time, but they are a little bit different. I did make a mistake, and this was me on this pattern when I did the feet. I realized it after the fact, and I only made 2 toes instead of 3, but I did it on both, so they match. So whatever. It's just gonna be what it is, because I was not gonna go back and fix it. But anyway, yes, I guess I am lazy, guys. Anyway, super cute pattern. I'm gonna put 18 on this because it did take me right under an hour. I really like it though. It's so cute. I mean, imagine it, you know, like laying, like sleepy laying. Adorable. Adorable. Okay, Crochet_Crochet. This is the Sleepy Goose. This is free on Instagram, but some of these, if they have an Etsy, you can buy the PDF version. So if you really like the pattern on Instagram, a lot of times you can get the free PDF version on Etsy, which I would suggest doing. Like, this is one that I went and I bought it because it's so long trying to scroll through Instagram, and I like to keep all my patterns in a folder on my tablet. So this one I actually went and bought the PDF, which, I mean, I think it was $1 or $2, I can't even remember, you know, worth it after I made it on Instagram and knew that it was good, and downloaded it so that I would have it for the future. So thank you Crochet_Crochet for this free Sleepy Goose pattern. It's adorable. This is the biggest one I made. So cute. Thank you again. Okay, next one I made was this mini dragonfly. This is by Crochantel. So it's like crow, like CRO, like crochet, chantel. All one word, Crochantel. And this is my little dragonfly. I made it in the new tie-dye yarn from Premier Basics Chenille. I had some scraps left from the skeins, like they're small skeins, kind of like Elise Bluto skeins, and I just been keeping the scraps down in this little basket, and I just grabbed one of the colors and then tried to grab coordinating colors. So this is Premier Basics Chenille, and then this is Elise Bluto, the pink and the white arm. I think if I was going to do it again, it's a great pattern, but if I was going to do it again, I would probably make the wings out of the Premier Basics or Posh, because Elise Voluto is just soft and kind of floppy, doesn't have a lot of structure to it, and I kind of think I wish I would have done them out of Premier Basics or Posh so that they would have just stuck out more and been a little stiffer, so they would like stay like this all the time. But cute little mini dragonfly. You work from the top down, stuff it as you go, and then you make these wings and sew them on, and then you surface crochet the antenna. One thing I did a little bit different, because I read ahead and I was like, what can I do to make this a little simpler? I mean, the pattern is great the way it is and it works perfectly fine the way it is. But you chain out so much and then work down the chain to make a wing. I think it's 15. You crochet or chain 15 and then you work down and then tie off, and you do that 4 times for all 4 wings. Instead of doing that, I did 15 crochets or whatever it was, went back down, and instead of tying off, I just went ahead and chained 15 again and came back, and then I joined them together. So each wing, there's just 2 wings here that I had to sew in the middle instead of 4 wings that I had to sew. That makes sense. So chained 15, came back down, and then when I got to the end, I just chained 15 or whatever it is. The pattern will tell you. And then I just went right back down, slip stitched back into the first stitch of the other one. So it kind of made like, squared it off a little bit right here. And then I just made 2 and sewed them on. So I did change a little bit about it just because I could see ahead in the pattern and realize that she was going to have you fasten off and do it 4 times. And I'm like, I think I can just chain out and come back down and just have to do it twice and have less tails. So just trying to make my life a little easier. But anyway, Crochantel, thank you so much for this pattern. It is awesome. I love it. I'm going to put $10 on this. I think I put it in the $10 bin. So thank you. Okay. Next I have a flamingo on a swing. I wish I would have had different or smaller eyes to put in this flamingo, and I wish I would have put them in a different place. Pattern is great. I have done this swing from the same designer before in a duck version, but I hadn't made the flamingo. So it was still new to me, but not a new designer. But this is the flamingo on a swing by Endless Yarn, endless_yarn with an extra N on the end. And here it is. So cute. They have these little booties, which is just cute. Like the little butt hangs over the swing just a little bit. Adorable. I wish I would have done the eyes a little closer or smaller because the swing kind of covers them up. See what I mean? That's on me, not the pattern. But this is Elise Voluto in the actual flamingo, and then this is Posh. I charge $10 for all my little swinging animals, so my plan is to do the same here and charge $10. Like I said, well-written pattern. The head is just so small to put a eye in and get a back on, and all I had, my 12mm eyes, which I just ordered more after this. My 12mm eyes have really hard backs on them that you have to use like a clamp or something to get on, because they don't just push down with your fingers. And so I used 14s, and then because I used 14s, I moved them over a row, and anyway, that was on me though. But cute little swing. She's got a flamingo, a duck, and I think a frog that are all free. I think they're all free. If not, she's got a few that are free, and then the rest of them are all on her Etsy, so you can purchase them if you want. So cute little swing. So cute. From Endless Yarn. Okay, my last free one. I love this little bee. It's a bee, and you're thinking everyone's making a bee. Everyone has a tube bee, but this one was different, and I loved the shape of it, and it's all no-sew, and so I had to try it. So this bee is called the Bumblebee, and it's by Crochet with Bri, B-R-I. And look at this cute little thing. Look at the shape. So adorable. You just start at the head and you work your way back, and you change colors and chain out for the little wings, and you decrease in and out and increase back out for this little shape. And then it's got its own little stinger. This is a mustard, Burnett yarn, and then cinder, which is like, you know, kind of has the grays and blacks in it that I did for the stripes. So adorable. They're so fast to make. Maybe 10-15 minutes to make these. It's the first time I made it. The color changes do slow you down just a little bit because obviously I just left my color attached, and then I just flipped back and forth between the yellow and the black until I got to the end, which is what I do a lot of times if I'm going to color change and keep the color. So it makes it a little faster than tying off and on. So you just tie on once, and then you tie off once at the very end. So you just flip back and forth. Makes the inside kind of full, and I decided not to put any eyes on it because it was small. Same deal with the flamingo. I didn't have, my smaller eyes needed a thing, and I tried to get them in this head once I got down to here. And I thought, you know what, it's cute without any eyes. And then it makes it safe for babies or whatever. So it's like a little handheld size. So I loved it. I'm going to put 8 on it. And this is Crochet with Brie. I love this. Okay. So those are the 5 brand new ones that I made. Thank you to every Instagram creator that I mentioned. And then I have 5 more from 5 additional designers that you guys have seen before, but I wanted to feature them too because I have a lot of love for these patterns. I've made them multiple times, and I wanted to give you some more ideas than just 5 in case you are wanting to do this challenge. So number 1 is this little Kirby from Nemo Crochet. There's a couple Kirby's that are free on Instagram. I can't remember what the other one is, but Nemo Crochet is the one that I ended up using for this. I actually put a couple of these on swings for the Anime Fest because there's little bobbles for arms, so it's really easy to add a swing to this if you want to make a swinging Kirby. So really cute pattern from Nemo Crochet. This is Elise Voluto. It's really small. You guys have seen the baby frog from Mom Stitchetti. This is Elise Voluto as well. It's a free pattern on Instagram. Obviously, all of these are. Also have made this in Posh, and it turns out so adorable. And you can put a little keychain on it, and it is so cute. In Posh too, which, I mean, this isn't too big for a keychain, but it's just like, it's teetering right there on the edge of being too big. So I love that I can make it in Posh and make it a little bit smaller. Mom Stitchetti. She has several free patterns on her Instagram if you want to go check her out. Okay. And then you guys have seen this keychain slash stingray a bajillion times. Chez du Coton. I don't know how to say that. It's French. I do not know French, but I made this one in Posh. I'm going to put a keychain on it. It's free little Instagram pattern. She has a ton of free little Instagram patterns. And this is one that I make on repeat in Burnett. I put it in my $5 bin, and I do it in Posh or Elise and attach a keychain. This is Big Booty Bob from Travel Crochet AU here on YouTube, also on Instagram. Free little pattern. This is Elise Voluto, and he has a little butt crack. It just cracks people up, or they're kind of like, oh. People either think it's funny, or they're kind of offended, or they're just like, whatever. But anyway, I think he's cute. Big Booty Bob, Travel Crochet AU. Adorable. Thank you, Tracy. And my last free one that I'm going to talk about is the Baby Turtle by lmsart.co and cofire.co. They got together. This free pattern is on Instagram, and I've been making this baby turtle for over a year now. I love this. I tested it for them, I believe, I tested it for them before she released this free pattern. But this one is Premier and Elise. This is Premier Basic Chenille and Elise Voluto together. And then this one is Posh, and it turns out so adorable. Like, it's just so freaking cute and posh. It's so tiny. But you just make the head and it sews into the body, and they're super fast, even with the head having to be made separately. Like, if you like to batch make, these would be great for that, because you could make a whole bunch of heads, and then you just go to town on all of the shells and the bodies. Anyway, Baby Turtle by lmsart.co. And adorable. I sell these for $8 in the $8 bin. I sold a ton of these at the last market. Great thing to use up your scraps too. So that is the total of 10 free Instagram patterns for the Share the Love IG challenge, guys. I am so excited to see all of you guys sharing the love and tagging creators and tagging us and posting your ideas and getting some new ideas and some new inspiration this summer. This challenge doesn't end anytime. Somebody asked me in the post, when does it end? It really doesn't end. It can just keep going and going and going. Like if a year from now people are still sharing the love on IG, then yay. Then yay. I mean, like, it's really just to inspire you to go find things that are free on Instagram and to give a love and follows to the people who provide them for free. So have fun with the challenge, challenge a friend, and then hopefully Robin, Logan, and Tara will complete the challenge as well and post a video, and I'll make sure that there's a link to the playlist down in the description below too. So whenever you're watching this, we'll just keep adding to the playlist and make sure that all of the YouTubers that are participating get tagged down there so you guys can watch their videos. So fun. Okay, let's move on to the new things that I make this week. I did do a pattern test that I cannot show you for a little bitty item that is so adorable, which she just asked me to wait, which is totally fine. I will share it next week because it's not released yet. She wanted to wait until it was released. So I did make that, but it's not included in my inventory this week. And then I also, the first thing I made this week, which I talked about last week because I started it, and I told you guys that I shouldn't have started it because it was jumbo yarn and my hands kind of hurt. But I finished it Sunday night, and I had fluff all over me, like Jumbo, Sweet Snuggles, and Parfait XL just leave like fluff everywhere. Like it's like pushed into my carpet, and my carpet needs very much vacuumed with a little hose to try to suck it all up. But it comes out so cute, and they're just like it's so soft. Happy Turtle Crochet. This is the Love Bug / Ladybug turtle. I did the Love Bug, and here she is. Isn't she cute? Look at those eyes. I painted these eyes. I had them on hand. They kind of color shift a little. I don't know if you can see them or not, but they kind of go from like rosy colored to gold. I don't know if it'll show it or not, but it's the closest thing I had to this pink. I love this pattern. I love Happy Turtle Crochet's turtles. I mean, like, she's just specializes in that. The succulent turtle that I make, also from her. And then I've done her regular turtle, I've done her daisy turtle, and now I've done her love bug. And I have more, I think, that I haven't done yet. I did everything in the pattern just like the pattern says, except for there is a single crochet line that goes down the back of this, right down the middle, to separate it like into a love bug, ladybug, bug shell, that I just decided not to do. One, just single crocheting and making more fluff, and my hands hurt really bad, and surface crocheting kind of is really hard on it, the way I have to kind of go in and back out, to just something about it just really, and my hands were hurting. So I just skipped that, and I just thought, well, I'll just put the little heart embroideries all over so it just doesn't even need it. Otherwise, I did everything in the pattern just like it says. I even made the tail like it says. I think before I have chained out and back in and just made my own little tail, but this one I actually made it just like the pattern says too. The little antenna, so cute. So adorable. She's big. She's a big girl. Anyway, I'm going to put 35 on her. I just love these patterns from Happy Turtle Crochet. You can get them all on Etsy. They're paid patterns, but worth every penny. And they're different in some ways, like, you know, more shell, less shell, more bottom, depending on like what the style is. She's got a rose, which I haven't done, but I think she's got a birthday cake. I've done her cinnamon roll one. I love it. So anyway, so cute. You do have to sew the head onto the body for this one. Super easy sewing, because you just sew it in between. You wait until you're done. You just sew it in between these flippers. And it's actually where the changeover between the top and the bottom yarn happens, which is genius. You know, that it just happens to cover up exactly where you change colors. And so you don't see that. Your head covers that part up. So adorable. Okay, I love this thing. $35 love bug turtle from Happy Turtle Crochet. On to the Celestial Homebody pattern. So bless Katie's heart, I reached out to her and I was like, do you want to do a pattern trade? Because I would like to try your dragon. And if I have a pattern that maybe you want to try, we can just swap. Pattern swap. If any designers are interested in pattern swaps with me, you just let me know. I love a free pattern. I'll send you my PDF and you send me yours. No guarantees that it'll ever be featured and I'll get around to it because I have hundreds and hundreds of patterns that I have never made. But hey, I will put it in my repository for one of these days, right? Anyway, so I saw Nyx the Dragon on April from the Cozy Buckeye had a huge dragon roundup the week before last, where she made 21, I think, dragons. So many dragons, especially since some of them were huge. Obviously, some of them were smaller. This one she noted was the fastest one, easiest one. It is pretty quick. You do sew the wings on. That's the only thing that you do have to sew. So it's not no sew, but I mean, guys, like sewing these wings on is like the easiest sewing ever. So anyway, let's just show you Nyx the Dragon. Here he is. These eyes that I painted, I had some of these white people eyes from, I bought a bunch and painted several sets for snakes, itty bitty snakes. There's still fuzz like all over this thing, sorry. Fuzz, okay. You work from the front to the back, all one piece. Little bitty legs, you see these legs, you just chain them out. Just sit down. They're not baubles, they're just like chain out legs. They're so cute. The horns are just baubles. There is like a little nostril stitch that kind of bumps up a little nostril. I don't know if you can see it or not. And you make these wings and you just attach them like right here. I mean, like sew 2 or 3 stitches. Like that's all you have to do. It's really easy. When I sew things on like this, I like to then like sew it on, take my tail back here of both, and then I'd like to tie my tails into knots, which just extra secures, I feel like, the sewing that you did so that it makes sure it gets knotted in and secured down. And then you just surface crochet this stripe down it. I'm having a hard time figuring out what colors I wanted to do. I sat here forever and you'll see in a second that these colors were kind of already sitting here. And so, but I didn't want to make her actual pattern is this color, I think, with blue. Baubles maybe in wings. And I was like, well, I don't want to make it exactly like her pattern. So I switched them and decided I'll do a black one because the cinder is not too horrible to work with because it's not completely black. It changes to grays and stuff in it. It's more of a really, really dark charcoal. So look at these eyes. They're so pretty. I'm not a huge creepy white people eye person, but I really just thought that this, because the dark was this is so dark that you wouldn't see the black much anyway. And I'm like, you're going to be able to see it better. And I had these gold ones that I thought, I did the gold wings. And so I figured they go together. So Nyx the Dragon, it was super fast. I made these ahead of time, which you don't have to because you don't sew them into the round, but I made these. I like to make all my pieces, and that way when I get done with the body, I can just sew all the pieces on and I am done. Because when I get done with the body, it's like I feel like I'm done. But then if I have to make pieces afterwards, I'm kind of like, oh, I'm not done. So I went down in the pattern, made the wings, set them aside, and then I crocheted the whole body, and then I was done because all I had to do was sew them on. Just a little thing I do because I know myself. Sometimes, most of the time. Anyway, Nyx the Dragon, so fun. Thank you, Katie, for sending this my way. You can get this pattern on Etsy. It's not super expensive. Go support Katie. She's got this and a loaf unicorn that I have made. I purchased and made it, I don't know, 6 months ago. I really liked it too. It's like a loaf kitty, but it's not a kitty, it's a unicorn, and it's got little hair. It's so cute. I'm gonna put 20 on this guy, under an hour, and he's a dragon. So So cute. Thank you again, Katie, for this pattern and for our trade. That was so sweet. Again, if anybody wants to trade or send me their patterns and wants me to, you know, have them so that I can make them someday, then I take pattern donations. I will take them. Okay, some of you guys do reach out sometimes, and it's so sweet. I really appreciate that. Again, I make no promises that it's going to be featured or that I'll talk about it anytime within a certain timeline, but I've had people send them to me before, and I definitely, like, they're on my brain. I'm like, I need to get to that because I love that, and I want to support you too. So, okay, last thing this week was Tara, my daughter, Old Soul Factory here on YouTube. That is my oldest daughter. I have 2 girls and I have 3 boys. I have 5 kids. They go boy, girl, boy, girl, boy. And she is my first daughter. And anyway, she and I do our markets together, and we talk crochet when we get a chance. And let me get that back up. And so she had worked up this pattern and made these for the Anime Fest. And I'm like, I need this pattern. And she shared it on her channel, and everyone's like, we need this pattern. And she was making patterns in her last video, talking about what she was designing. And she was like, what patterns do you guys want to see me release? And I'm like, the Minecraft bee, girl. Like, we all want it. We all want the Minecraft bee. And so she has just selected just a small group of people to test it for her. There is a big bee and a mini bee in the pattern. This is Block the Bee. And it's so cute. And this is Burnett. This is the mini. This is, I love this pattern in Mystical. Like, if you're going to make something that resembles a pixelated video game or character of some kind, like Stardew Valley or Minecraft, this Mystical yarn makes it look like pixelated without having to change colors. You know, the yellow changes slightly each stitch almost sometimes to make it look like you've changed colors, and the same with the black, because the black in actual Minecraft does that, which I think in actual Minecraft, this may be brown, but there's not a Mystical brown that's nice, and I like the black. So no felt eyes required. She does have a video and pictures showing you how to embroider these eyes, which after the fact, I think I did them. I should have done one more row of black here. I think because just this little corner, I think I have too much blue, but that's on me. I still think they look enough like the bee to pass as the bee. But anyway, this is the mini Block the Bee, and this is the big boy. So cute. Those bobbles for the little feet, the little embroidery faces. Adorable. I loved this. Hopefully she will finish all the testing and get the pattern all secured up before her video on Tuesday. I think is her hope, that this will be released on Tuesday, which is her day she normally posts her videos. The little bobble stingers just crack me up. See them? I am just in a great mood today, guys. I don't know, like, I'm just feeling refreshed and good, and I probably needed to break my toe so that I had a day yesterday to just, like, reset and not do a whole lot. So, and I think all my kids are going to be here today, and we're going to try to swim in the pool and have some supper. So, I'm excited. Anyway, Block the Bee, Old Soul Factory here on YouTube, Old Soul Factory Crochet on Instagram. Pattern should be out this week. So there's this is the mini. So cute, so adorable, so proud of her. So love her, love her, love her. Anyway, okay, that is all I have this week, guys. I did start working on my Ava vest. I talked about that last week. I took it to work and then several times, brought it home. I am down to, like, I got the whole top done and I just joined it underneath the arms. And outside of going to the ER Friday night and then taking this challenge on from April, I probably could have rushed myself to finish it, but I just really, I wanted to take my time because I'm actually hoping to like, I bought a cami to wear underneath it. That's not even here yet. And I'm really hoping to wear it this summer, you know, not just it, you know, the poncho I made, I have not even worn. It's in my closet hanging up. Maybe I'll wear it when it gets closer to winter, but um, I would love to wear this vest, and I'd like, you know, that's the point, right? So I have that I did work on this week, and then I also am working on, here I'll give you a little sneak peek. This Granny Square, this yarn I got off of Amazon, I really like. It just color changes for you, so I don't have to color change to get the different colors. It just changed to cream, and I'm finishing this round. But I'm going to make a tablet / book sleeve out of that and put a little button, and it's going to come down and like close around a tablet or a book of some sort. And I just, something different to make this summer. I thought about making, it's easier to take on vacations and on the go instead of taking stuffing and eyes and all of those things. And it's just easier on my hands too, and my hands need a break. It's not as hard on my hands as plushies. So I'm excited to try that, and I have no idea if they'll even sell, but it's not always about selling it all for me. It's just a hobby that I like to do. So I was influenced this week to buy some ice cream yarn. Thank you, Heather from Freckled Brunette Creations. Not only did I buy the ice cream lime brain yarn that changes colors because I wanted to use it for projects like that where it changes on its own, so I don't have all those ends to weave in, but I also was influenced to try a Furls Streamline metal hook, which it's on the way. I bought a couple, and I've talked about this before, but I'm going to try to get where I yarn under more. April is telling me that yarning under is helping her wrists not hurt as much. And if I yarn under, she's saying that the inline hooks, which Furls are inlines, I usually use a tapered, which tapers are round, have a round tip here and a round inside of that little hook there and round on the end. I don't have an inline right here to show you, but an inline hook has more of a point on the end, and when it comes down, it notches in more of a, it doesn't go in as far, but it notches more. It's not rounded where it notches in. And the actual end of the hook, you can see the end of this hook actually kind of, it comes down and kind of tapers. It's like, and it tapers in, and that's a tapered hook. And so inlines go straight down and go straight in. O-fires are inlines and furls are inlines. But the metal, even though the metal I hear is heavier, I hear that like, it's not so heavy that it would like hurt your wrist to hold it heavy. So I'm going to try it. We'll see. So I have furls on the way. I got the ice cream yarn here. I'm trying some new things with some acrylic and cottons and stuff. That's been fun. And I don't know what I'm going to get up to this week. So we'll see. I don't have shows until fall, so that's fun. Just making what I want to make and trying to enjoy it and sharing it with you guys. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this. 10 free Instagram patterns. Hopefully you guys participate in the Share the Love IG challenge. I am super excited to see everything that you guys make and go find some new creators, bookmark some new free stuff, make some new friends. I mean, if you have a public crochet account, a lot of times I will try to follow you back if I see it in there. So, and I have a few free Instagram patterns on my page as well. I have an ice cream cone and a axolotl, and I also have a free Stanley tumbler, but it's only on YouTube right now. April's like, you need to turn that into an Instagram pattern, and I'm like, maybe I'll do that this week. I'm like, but the video is helpful because of the way the handle and the little straws made, but you could always reference the video if the Instagram post, I guess, wasn't clear enough. So maybe I'll do that this week so that I have another free pattern for you guys to try if you do the challenge. So another tip too, when you go into a creator's Instagram, there's highlight bubbles underneath their profile a lot of times. Like I think I have one that says markets, free patterns, my patterns maybe, but a lot of times creators that share multiple free patterns, because you can only pin 3 things at the top of your Instagram page. And a lot of times they'll want to pin something about themselves. And then, so then they only get 2 free patterns that they can pin. And so they can't pin every free pattern that they offer because it's just, there's not enough space at the top. So they create a highlight bubble and they save it to that bubble. They can share it to their story, and then they can save that story highlight to their bubble. And then you can click on the actual, like it'll show it to you, and it's like a post in the middle of the rectangle. There's a post that's the actual free pattern. You click on that and you should be able, it should bring up a little thing that says view post. Then you can view the actual free pattern and bookmark it, and it'll save in your collections. So when I do find a creator that I like to go in there to their highlights and see all of their free patterns to see if I'm missing anything else too, so that I want to bookmark while I'm in there. So hopefully that helps you guys find some more free stuff on Instagram. Hopefully it gives you some new inspiration, something to do, and challenge a friend. Like, again, no timelines, but hey, try to do it in a week if you want. Find 5 free patterns and try to do them in 5 days or something if you want. But there's really no pattern or deadline. So just whenever you get around to it and whenever you can, because it's supposed to be fun. So, okay. Thank you guys so much for being here. I appreciate you. Hopefully you enjoyed the free stuff, the new stuff, all the stuff. And thank you again to the Instagram creators that I talked about today, and all of you who share free things. We appreciate you. And hopefully you guys notice the love coming from the community from this challenge. So Robin, Logan, and Tara, get on it. Make your 5 free patterns and share them with me so that I can go add you to the playlist and share it too. So, okay, guys, have a great week. If you like this kind of content, as always, like this video, subscribe to this channel so you'll get notifications when I post if you'd like. And I love to talk to you guys in the comments. Leave a comment below or send me messages on Instagram. I try to get back to everybody if I can. And we will talk to you guys next week. We'll see ya. Have a great week, guys. Happy crocheting. Bye.